In the spotlight, chaos and consequences of influencer deception and threats escalate.
I need to worry about Joe Rogan more. I need to worry about other things. But
where are we going, Adam? Austin, Texas. And who's Liver King picking a fight with?
everybody knows. Well, just pull up to the capital of Texas. Guess what? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Because
Alright, so as many of you may know by now, the Liver King was just arrested in Austin, Texas yesterday for making terroristic threats towards Joe Rogan. But I think what a lot of people are missing here is exactly why the police arrested him for that specific charge. Because they wouldn't just arrest him for threatening to fight Joe Rogan. That doesn't really classify as a terroristic threat. In reality, I believe the Liver King gave away some key details in the 2 hours worth of manic vlogs he posted to Instagram in the last couple days. With the main piece of evidence being inside this mysterious box that the Liver King brought with him to Austin. But before we get into that, if you aren't quite up to speed with why this all happened, basically this whole thing started back in 2022 when Derek from the My Plates More Dates YouTube channel went on to Joe Rogan's podcast to talk about his bombshell expose video on the Liver King.
Hey, Derek, you know how I got so jacked? I followed the 9 ancestral tenants.
Oh, I heard that works really well.
It's the best way. There's no way you can look like that. In your 40s, that jack. I mean, he's preposterously jacked. Do we have a fucking... Now that we know that he's full of shit, we're talking about the Liver King. A lot of people are like, what are they saying? This is all inside. There's a guy, if you don't know who the Liver King is, the guy calls himself the Liver King, and he's this guy who walks around everywhere with no shirt on. I've seen him in Vegas with no shirt on, big bushy beard, super jacked. And he was telling people that the way he gets that way is by sunning his balls. He literally lays down with his asshole staring at the sun and eats raw liver and just lifts like a maniac. And that's how he's so jacked. But it's preposterous.
So this was kind of the beginning of the end for the Liver King, since Joe Rogan and Derek from My Plates More Dates were the first people to truly blast the Liver King for being a fraud. And so quickly after that, Brian Johnson's brand and business quickly tanked into oblivion. So fast forward 3 years later, and we can now see that Brian Johnson has officially hit rock bottom.
Joe Rogan, you have to invite me, please. I'm asking, or else I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for my family, for what's right. And I'm gonna fight until. Oh, there's a cockroach. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Oh, there you little cockroach friend. Come, yeah. Oh, my friend, Justin. Yeah. Oh, come here, little cockroach. More than anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did.
So he was clearly begging to be on Joe Rogan's podcast, but obviously Joe Rogan didn't even respond or entertain that in any facet.
If Joe Rogan has accepted the invitation for the fight, have I gotten his attention yet? Because my goal is I want your attention, Joe Rogan. I want to fight you, real tension. But I want to unite with you too, and you can release me of the actual physical fight. If you'll just invite me on the podcast, please. That's what I'm asking. Please put me on the podcast with you. Not to fight, just to bond.
You see, Joe's already made it abundantly clear that there's no reason for him to ever be a guest on the podcast, since there's nothing that the Liver King could say or do to save himself or his brand at this point.
It's probably never going to come out.
Does he have a team?
Yeah, it's pretty elaborate. Like, his team was, he has a media team that he hired to kind of like...
Right, but they're just employees.
Yeah.
One of them came up to me in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my security guards stopped him. He was like, I'm a producer for the Liver King. I'm like, what the fuck do you produce? What are you producing?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, how many UFC events did he try and cozy up?
He was front row at one of my shows in Vegas.
Oh, damn.
At the MGM. Yeah, and then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast. And he's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine. And some of them that have, like Bert Kreischer, that had him on the show.
Yeah, he told me he's trying to get on.
Yeah, for what? For what? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. This is a fucking, you ran a con game and you got busted.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that you feel terrible. I'm sorry you feel bad, because that's just what happens when you get caught lying. But you didn't have to lie.
So being that Rogan never gave Brian Johnson the time of day, Johnson resorted to threatening Joe Rogan's life, as the next day he'd post a video saying that he was going to the city of Austin with this mysterious box with Joe Rogan's face on it.
It's a real fight, yeah. And there comes bearing a. See if I can. You want to see just a little? I don't. I might watch that. Oh, I don't. I wish if I can live stream. That's what we'll do from now on. We're getting in. Yeah.
And this is where I believe the police had enough reason to arrest this guy. He only flashes it for a brief second there, but when you slow down the video, you can actually see that that is a firearm. And so not only does he have a firearm and admits to traveling to Austin to find Joe Rogan, he's also clearly lost his mind. I mean, this guy was literally chasing cockroaches around his house and eating random leaves in this garden just days before going to Austin with a deadly weapon and a box with Joe Rogan's face on it.
That's not good and true. Ax, don't eat them. Don't. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you don't have to eat them. Yeah, it's fine. You're doing your job. We're all doing our jobs. Cockroaches are like the Derek for more plates. You don't have to scare them away. You just move slow. Sometimes I don't know the difference. Now, the morning dew.
So despite framing it like he was challenging Joe Rogan to a celebrity boxing match, I think the police believed that the Liver King had much darker intentions. Because when the Liver King finally made it to Austin, he threatened Joe Rogan's life on video.
Just pull up to the capital of Texas. Guess what? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Because a couple of them. If you were to take a picture of this, what do you see? Technology.
And so the night before he was finally arrested, the icing on the cake was in another vlog he posted to Instagram where he'd hint that people would no longer see him after tomorrow.
So that's what I'm fighting for. So it's just unwinnable for you. That's not the secret. The secret is this. It's unwinnable for me too. Oh, that sucks, man, for you. No longer than that, I'm going to record a lot of videos with me. And then I'm not going to record any for a long time. By the way, I don't know if anyone knows, we're going to have free Wi-Fi everywhere we are. We're going to have free Wi-Fi. And the password for this week, only 1 week, is fuck you, Joe Rogan.
So I think it's safe to assume that the Liver King actually thought he was going to go to the mothership and use the weapon in that box, since Joe posted on his Instagram earlier that week that he'd be performing there Tuesday and Wednesday night. So then the very next day, he finally got arrested. And before he was arrested, his wife and his handler were obviously both afraid, in shock, and probably frustrated with Liver King, as this was the obvious result to what he was doing all those days leading up to the arrest.
We're not going to stop recording. No, I'm not. Let's just not have that on your pocket. With your
A Leatherman?
yeah, a leather knife in it.
I know, but it's not reasonable to have a Leatherman?
They're going to take it off of you.
Okay, keep protecting me like Peter Nemeth tried to. Don't say anything. You never have to be embarrassed of family. Ancestral honor, it's called reputation. We're the Liver King family, a real queen who's kind of scared. Striker over here is kind of scared. Dad's getting molested again. We've already been through it once.
Do you need anything else? Okay, any side. Just a quick glance around the room.
We don't need to talk as a family. We're going to record everything. We always talk as a family. Talking is a lie to begin with.
So now he's being held without bond there in jail, which means that the judge believes that he's a true threat to society. I mean, you really can't make this stuff up. It's also crazy that he didn't really factor that Joe Rogan's friends with the mayor and employs retired Navy SEALs to protect him, the mothership, and his house. So yeah, this is probably one of the wildest stories to come out of this influencer space, and it escalated extremely fast. So overall, I think it's safe to say that this is the official end of the Liver King. But with that being said, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it all, and as always, thanks so much for watching.
Here it goes. Liver King confession.
Clearly, I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight. Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I'm on steroids. And I'm already ran by trained. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness. I've been on several podcasts. And when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch the stuff, not going to touch the stuff, never touch the stuff.